My crotch is vibrating.
I'm not responsible.
No, God, clear. Fuck, I hope not.
Just to be clear.
No, it's my sister.
Okay.
She's texting me.
Jill and Jill.
Jill and Jill.
There you go.
Anyway, welcome back.
No, we don't need all that intro stuff. It's a bonus.
Okay. We don't do bonus. We don't do intros for bonuses. Hey, hi. Glad you're here to join us.
I was super excited to get into this one because, as might have been evidenced by the end of the last episode, Rayburn was a little lost. The bonus things,
Rayburn stays lost.
It's a lot to juggle.
Rayburn stays lost.
The bonuses are a lot to juggle, but this is what you want.
And we have 2 months of prep too.
That's
and
true.
I'm still so fucking lost most of the time.
Yeah, she actually wrote it down. Things on your bucket list.
I did. It was my list.
Forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to cover mine first.
Okay.
So since I caused so much confusion, this is list 5. So we're listing 5 things. We're going to talk about them.
Okay. Can we preface the confusion before we get into the list?
Can I tell people what the list is?
Sure.
Things you drop if killed in a video game.
Okay. This sparked a great debate in my house because my avid gamer is thinking weapons of value that a boss may drop after a boss fight. He's being very literal with it. I, on the other hand, thought if I am a character in Minecraft, what are the items that I, as an individual, would keep on me at all times? So things that Rayburn, if I just miraculously got killed out in the real world, what would fall out of my pockets? That's the direction I went with it.
Y'all get kind of lost in the weeds sometimes because when I stumbled across this online a few years ago, is it was like a 4-photo thing people were doing on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was like post 4 things you drop if killed in a video game. It's just stuff that's representative of you in some way.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I kind of went with. That general thing, but it's 2 very different directions. I didn't want to be sitting here saying, well, I'm going to drop this personal item that would represent myself. And you're like, I would drop a grenade launcher. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Not my Gallarhorn.
Yeah. Like, this is 2 very different directions. And that was what the debate was about. But continue to your list.
Okay. So, first thing I wrote was all sorts of cologne.
Agreed.
Second thing was a full buffet plate of kebab and curry.
Agreed.
But you still haven't been.
No,
we're going to have to correct that.
Yeah, you said, I can't go without you. You want to be there for that experience. You've told me that before.
It's very true.
I'm blaming you.
Okay, it's my fault. Okay. For sure. Number 3, not to toot my own horn, awesome music playlists.
All right. Awesome is a stretch.
I'm not saying I made them
you.
necessarily, but 4, a gang of fly-ass ladies.
Oh my, shut the fuck up, Shane.
I love beautiful women.
Well, you don't like ugly women. We like ugly women.
I don't really think in terms of ugly. I think that's my problem.
Yeah,
like I saw
all women are beautiful.
I saw something online the other day that was like, I don't trust any of you dudes because you be thinking everybody is pretty. Mm-hmm. And that's not really the case. Like I would love to see, like it's kind of the way we do ratings on this show, right? I give a lot of 5s. I think there are a lot of 5s in the world as far as beauty goes. But my rating scale goes all the way up to a motherfucking 10. And there's only like 3 or 4 10s in my world.
Oddly enough, as much as I shit on you about being such a sad bastard, Mr. Negative, crotchety, geriatric, there are a lot of words I could say. You, no matter what we're doing, whether it's music, it's people, women, you will seek out the beauty in everything individually.
Yeah.
So appreciate I think that you're welcome. I think that's exactly the type of person that you are, is you are constantly, while you may live in the gray and sometimes the negative, when you care about something, you're constantly seeking the beauty in it. And that's what drives you to be so passionate about it.
And so we're clear for anyone out there listening, the reason I'm quiet when she's saying things like this is not because I'm loving hearing the positive comment stuff.
You are a little bit.
It's because I don't know what to say to that sort of thing. Just to like
awkward.
It reminds me of there was something, I think I was talking to my mom when I was young. Mm-hmm. We were talking about date etiquette. Mm-hmm. And she had this notion of like, just let them finish and then thank them. Like, because if you don't know how to respond, like that's how you respond.
Always say thank you.
Yes.
Always be appreciative. I think we're both genuine people, and sometimes we don't know how to respond to each other's, I don't want to say generosity, but I think that while we give each other shit, we both genuinely admire aspects of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, not to get corny. What would fall if you died? What would
you want
drop?
my last item?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm still over here trying to think about how to justify the gang of fly-ass ladies because it sounds so absurd. But like I've been thinking about this.
How big is a gang, Shane?
All over the internet, it's just constant. Like, this is why men turn out to be assholes. And this is why you can't find a guy who just wants one woman or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know that I buy most of this. Like, I've always felt physically like it's experiential. Just like a conversation is experiential. I don't just want to talk to one person.
Yeah.
You've seen me at parties. I want to walk all over and talk to all sorts of people. I may spend a lot of time with the same one or two people.
You can satisfy different aspects of yourself in different people. What you may find in one person, you may not find in another person. And you're just seeking that satisfaction, whether it's physical, emotional, conversational, things like that. You want to be able to fill all your glasses.
Yes.
So I get what you're saying.
I'm not trying to make it sound like the way that I'm sure it sounds to most people. That I'm this vapid, doesn't care about anybody that I'm with, especially not his partner, because listen to him talk or whatever.
You love your wife. There's no doubt about that.
All right.
I think people should calm the fuck down and know that it's not always something physical or emotional. You could seek friendship in other ways and connections with people. We spend entirely too much time in our lives doing things that make us unhappy. If we can have a conversation with somebody or surround ourselves with many different people that make us feel good in different ways, why the fuck are we not doing it?
Exactly. And do what makes you happy and be with someone who is happy that you're happy. If it's someone saying like that they have to have a completely monogamous partner, reminds me of the people who they will tell you, this is my best friend. And they get super upset
when they also say someone else is their best friend. Yes. See, you can have more than one best friend.
You're never going to own the person you're sleeping with. Like, it's just never going to fucking happen. You don't, even if it's just in their head, you're never going to see the ways that you don't own them. And you need to learn to be okay with that and just be happy that this person chooses to be with you. They choose to spend the majority of their time with you and love you or whatever. Number 5.
Yeah, number 5. We could go on and on about this, but number 5.
There's no arguing this one. Thousands upon thousands of beers.
Yes. Unlimited supply. Okay. I know you talked about this on the latest episode of Banter Bar. If you haven't fucking watched the
Sam Adams Utopias episode,
part 1 and part 2, that is exactly what it is like when we get together and we all get to drinking. I'm not in that episode, but my dad is, Al is, Joseph is, Toby is, Katie is, you are. I know you talked about your pack, which is 4 beers, right?
Yeah.
Not trying to spoil it.
Oh, I thought you meant like the entertainment factor, like how much fun we seem to be having. It reminded me of that party, that kegger we had recently for the birthdays.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just this crazy amalgamation of shit going on all over the place. And
yeah, that's it. Well, it reminded me of like Halloween parties.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Like when we don't get together as often as we would like, but when we do and we're relaxed and there's no other outside shit going on, we genuinely enjoy each other's company. And there's no judgment. There's no nothing. We're just there to have a good time. So, but if you want to watch that episode, find it on YouTube, Banter Bar. But what is the one? What is the one if you had to pick one beer? I know.
Don't ask me that right now.
I'm doing it. Off the top of your head. I'm not going to commit you to this, but off the top of your head, what stands out? Okay,
well, what's standing out right now is complete trash. And it's standing out because I've had to talk to the Idaho family a lot recently because
if you say Keystone, I'm flipping this.
No, we did a lot of Keystone bashing.
Okay.
It's kind of a joke, a running joke on my end. Like, I purposely come down on Keystone every chance that I get because they know that I'll drink it, right? But I really like something that, one, is not technically a beer. It's a malt liquor. And 2, is cheaper than Keystone. And I find myself drinking it more and more. It's Old English 800.
I knew you were going to say that. In a bag?
If they give me a bag, yeah.
I'll put it in a fucking bag.
The place I buy it from, they actually give me these black plastic bags is how they give you stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes me feel like I'm coming home from a sex store or
Yes.
something.
No, you need that brown paper bag.
Give
Like
me
the lunch bag. That's what you got to do. All right, Old English.
Yeah, really don't need it.
All right, you hood as fuck. Anyway.
But in case my truths want to get drunk.
Okay, moving on to my 5 things I would drop in a video game.
Yes, I'm curious now.
Which it comes...
You're a people pleaser. I bet money you did 2 sorts of things. You went with what you were saying, but I bet there's one thing here, at least, that is representative of like a video game boss that like...
Okay, be ready to be disappointed. Okay, it comes to no surprise. Number 1 on my list. I am drinking it right now. It is a Starbucks salted caramel cold foam cold brew.
Can confirm.
Mm-hmm. Number 2.
No.
What?
We need to stop there.
What?
Last time you came over to record, you texted me to say you were at Starbucks or stopping at Starbucks and did I need anything?
Yeah.
And I said no, and then I started taking a shower. And you had messaged me back, are you sure?
I know
and
you don't...
I responded like 15, 20 minutes later, and you still made it sound like you were just chilling at Starbucks.
It was a long line, dude.
dude.
It was a longer line than expected. I texted you before I got to Starbucks.
Okay.
I knew I was going to stop. But even sitting in the line, you were like, I think I pulled in and you said no. And then I messaged you back saying, are you sure? Because I was going to tell you, I know you can't have caffeine, but they have things here without caffeine. Do you want something to eat? I'll get you something.
Imagined you standing in the middle of a Starbucks,
just waiting,
staring in circular fashion, like,
no.
It's so great in here.
No, you're important to me, but not that important. I wouldn't.
He should not text me back immediately more often.
Just chilling at a Starbucks. I was already there. That's exactly what it is. I was already there waiting for you. Anyway, second on my list is my Spotify account. I almost picked my vinyl collection, but I feel like that is a very limited amount. I mean, I have a vast collection, but not my Spotify account. So
it's a good one.
Thank you. My vinyl collection or my Spotify account?
Continue.
Okay. Next, your wife will be able to appreciate. It's a soft throw blanket.
Okay.
It just be getting cold out here.
Bitches do be getting cold.
Yep.
I have 2 throws on my couch.
I see that.
At all times.
I see that. You have many other throw blankets throughout your house.
I like to use them as pillows, actually.
Okay, now you're fucking weirding me out.
I'm weird.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Next on my list has been my recent lunch obsession. It is a caprese on ciabatta bread because bitches like to eat.
Mm-hmm.
My new favorite. So mozzarella, tomato, Italian seasoning, salt, and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Bella. Anyway.
I like bruschetta more, but
okay, all right. Well, this
those
is
might
not
be
this
fighting
is not
words.
your list.
I know.
Mine.
I'm just I'm trying to offer up some banter.
Okay.
Is this number 5?
This technically yes.
Well, you got like a number 6 and 7 down there.
I have a 5 and a 6. I have an honorable mention because I need it. So
I bet it's a concert ticket.
Okay. No, but no. It's actually...
She'd be getting mad as hell because I don't want to go to concerts all the time.
Shane, it was Greta.
Yeah.
I wasn't upset, but I was like, I want to go with you. You're the only one that wants to go with me. I want to go with you, but you're a dad. You got kids. You got shit going on. I get it.
You got a wife who's
and
having surgery and, you know.
I will have another discussion with her later. Anyway, chapstick, because I have herpes simplex.
Okay, I didn't need to know you had herb.
You know I have fever blisters sometimes. Yeah.
Nope, never noticed that.
Well, that's because I carry chapstick everywhere I go. There's always chapstick pretty much wherever I go because I don't want my lips to... Because the rapid change in weather is what does it. So.
I'll give you some props. You put an apple crisp chapstick in some get well thing you made for my wife.
Yes, I did.
Cancer journey thing.
Yes, I did. It was her emergency.
I took it because she has tons of chapstick and will never get through what she has reasonably. Plus, she always uses the same.
Did you use the lotion?
Chapstick? No, I didn't.
Or the socks?
But I was using the chapstick and it was on point until I went to refresh because I wanted to keep getting that chapstick. Mm-hmm. But it's $3 each for a little thing. I'm not fucking spending. I can get a 3-pack for $3.
I
just
know,
the normal.
But I didn't skimp on cost when it came to the comfort of your wife. Little did I know you were going to bitch about it later.
Yeah, you buying shit from me. You don't even know.
Nope.
All right, number 6.
A photo album of all my loved ones.
Oh,
So
moving on.
I thought for sure you would have something of your kids in there.
No, apologies.
But yeah, a photo album of all my loved ones. Originally, I wanted to ask if I could have a companion on me, and I would have picked maybe my big 70-pound dog, because she's kind of an emotional support animal.
Number 6. It's Maddie. It's my son's stuffed cat that Jenny also uses all the time now.
You are such a dickhead.
No, but seriously, I was thinking about that yesterday. He left Maddie with me, entrusted Maddie to me while he went to school.
That's a big responsibility.
Yeah, which I mean, it's not the first time. So she was cool. She hung out with me all day.
Now, which one is Maddie? Is it the orange cat or the dog that he thinks is a cat?
It's the dog that he thinks is a cat. It's a little husky
wolf
puppy.
Yeah, the husky, yeah.
Yeah, but she stayed with me,
Realize.
and the actual cat, the real cat that we have, stayed with me and worked all day. But I was thinking about it, and if anything ever happened to like everyone in this house, and I was just left with the stuff that we have, like Maddie would totally be that reminder that, you know, you talk to, you know, like, hey, here's my family.
Your
It would just
Wilson?
be little Maddie. Yeah. Yeah.
I could picture you sitting at your desk and like Maddie sitting right there so that you could
She does.
see her. Oh, so she's at the desk with you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a good dad.
Mhm. Or a psychopath, depending on how you
No, I think you're a good dad.
how you cut it.
We'll go with that. But anyway,
Things on your bucket list.
we're not taking a break.
You want to take a break?
No, we don't have to.
You looked like you needed one or something. I don't.
No.
This is just a bonus. I'm
Let's
not
go.
cutting music or anything into
Let's
this. Sorry about your life.
It's fine. Bucket list. I'm ready. Actually, I'm not, but I already have a list in my head, so let's go.
Yeah, I have a ton on mine. So I picked, I think it's mostly outlandish shit that I picked, but number 1, sleep with a Taurus female.
Oh, say that again.
Sleep with a Taurus female.
Oh, yes, because that's the last one on your list. You
Yeah.
got through the whole zodiac, but not a Taurus.
Except for a Taurus.
Well, I don't know what to tell you about that.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it is what it is.
If I know one, I'll point her out to you.
I don't even, buy into astrology, so I think it's funny that
That
this
is so
still,
true.
it's still on my list. My grandmother was big into it, and I was big into things like that for a while, because my mom is as well,
I'm going to get your daughter into it.
There
and
were
she's
some.
going to annoy you.
There was like this massive book on astrology that I used to be obsessed with, and eventually I discover science and discover the scientific method and understand how we, determine what is and isn't reality and yada yada. And astrology just by the wayside.
I am
'cause-
going to tell you from people that believe in it from a perspective, and I don't necessarily believe, I just think it's fun, and I think that there is a little truth to it. Anyway, we're not implying that they're stupid, correct?
What, that the people who believe in it are?
Yes.
No.
Okay, just clarifying, because I didn't want it to come across that you think that.
I used to do fucking like star charts for people.
Okay.
All sorts of people. Like I was the person who would try to find out what time you were born. So I
You're rising.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
I did all that shit. Anyway, but that was a long time ago. That was a different person. I recommend Penn and Teller's episode on bullshit for astrology.
Okay.
Carl Sagan also talked about it some in Cosmos, the original Cosmos.
Such
anyway.
a Virgo.
Number 2, open a beer store.
That would be pretty sweet. What would you name it? I know you thought about it.
The Banter Bar.
Oh, yeah. That's...
Because it would actually be a bar. We talked about this on that episode that you're so in love with on Banter Bar, the Sam Adams Utopias. We talked about this.
True.
It's not there. It's not
okay.
there. It got cut. So much good content there that had to be cut to make that work. Eventually, I'll release a big full,
like extras or something.
yeah, just completely unedited, both sides, so you can see what a gargantuan mess that was. But yeah, just a beer store where everything is singles. You can buy anything as a single. You can try things as a single. And every beer that you buy, if you're buying it in the bar, not to take home, but if they serve you a beer, comes with a question. So that's for your table to try the beer, answer the question.
Would you have people answer questions and you post them on a wall somewhere? That would be kind of cool.
I think you'd quickly run out of wall space, but yeah.
You'd have to shuffle them out like a Freebirds. You know how people take their foil and they make something weird and you can put them on the walls? Have you ever been inside a Freebird?
Yeah, but I was drunk. It was a long, long time ago.
Okay, well, we didn't go together, did we?
Maybe.
Anyway, you can make things, put them on the wall, but every so often they have to like get rid of all of them so that they can put up more shit, because if not, they'd run out of wall space. So just an idea.
Okay.
I'll take 10% of the profit up front. What's next?
Touch a whale.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's unexpected.
I'm terrified of the ocean and the sheer size of something like a blue whale, for instance. Like, I'm shivering inside right now. Like, I got the chills. I'm happy the ocean exists and all that. Like, I think it's beautiful.
You should be terrified of it.
I don't want to be in it.
Yeah.
Like, just being,
What
you know,
about cruises?
at the beach and being, like, even, I would go on a cruise.
You would thrive in a cruise environment.
I'm sure I would.
We should
But
go on a cruise.
there's a part of me in the back of my head that just knows,
Let's not do a
like,
cabin trip. Let's go
this
on a
could
cruise.
this could be the end. My
Yeah.
kids are not going on a cruise.
Why not?
No.
You scared Taylor's going to jump off the railing or
Yeah.
something?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'd love to touch a killer whale, even though that's probably one of the worst ones you could probably touch because while they look friendly, they're not super friendly, but they're gorgeous
They play with
creatures.
you. They're like bears. They'll play with their food for a while
I know.
before they eat it.
I know.
4 is visit Machu Picchu.
Okay.
I just think that's
I didn't know that.
one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's amazing what the people who live there did.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, develop and release a collecting and rating app. Because as I've gotten older, it's probably the epilepsy and whatnot, but I've discovered that rating everything. I rate the books I read and the movies I watch. I rate absolutely everything
Mm-hmm.
because it makes it easy to have a reference point for myself.
Memory wise,
Yes.
my sister has problems with it too.
But one, I hate having to open my computer, open up, you know, the spreadsheet to look for
Mhm.
that rating. And 2, I don't ever see anyone else's stuff. Back in the day, I wanted like a social media website that like you used to take those quizzes and you would, you know, see how much alike you were to somebody else.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. You can
find
set
similar
algorithms.
connections
Yes,
based off of
exactly.
your opinions. That is a really good idea. And you could even filter it to where you're like looking at what people locally are doing, which could encourage relationships and conversations with other people.
Yes.
You could even message maybe through that application as
Yep.
well. So that's a good idea.
Thank you.
Patent pending, trademark, nobody take it.
If I had millions and millions of dollars, I would make millions and millions
That's
of
a
more
really
dollars.
good idea, Shane.
But
Okay.
the bar thing's a really good idea too. But
The bar one seems fun.
it would be fun.
The bar one definitely seems fun. I think the app is a great idea to encourage not only a reference to your opinions on things, but also encourage people to step outside of their comfort zone because we have a very big problem nowadays forming genuine connections
Yeah.
with each other other than posting random shit on social media. And I think that gets us back to conversations locally, meeting up locally, shared opinions, things of that nature.
You know, recently I've had to do a bunch of driving, going to pick up things for like household projects. And my wife's doing radiation right now. So I'm having to take one of the kids further to a different school, right? Like we've had to swap what we do in the mornings.
Yeah.
I'm out and about. I'm driving more often, which I always knew that I kind of liked. But there's something to be said about actually getting out and going into a store versus just shopping online. Because I'm that person who's done most all of his shopping on Amazon for over a decade now.
Agreed.
And why would I want anything else? It's so convenient.
Same. Yes, it is.
There is something about actually just getting out and going and getting the stuff from a place, and something about it just feels magical still. I can't put my finger on it, but if you are in that position where you feel like everything is dull or you just want a bit more, like start going out.
Yeah.
Start checking all of the things out that you haven't done, the places you haven't been. Definitely do that because even the smallest things will make a difference. Even just riding to the store, listening to music you like. I don't know.
One of the most genuine shopping trips I've ever had was recently. I was going to get that Irish whiskey that we tried, and I sat there for 30 fucking minutes talking to the Total Wine representative about all these different sorts of scotch. And I'm not saying like, he wasn't like trying to upsell me or anything. He was genuinely trying to figure out what I liked. And we had an expanding conversation about, oh, well, this is good for this and da-da-da. And then it started getting like on a personal level. So it was, you don't have interactions like that when you shop online. And it's just, it was nice, especially for someone like me who was unemployed, who wasn't seeing a lot of people. So I was like, that was the best 30 minutes of shopping ever.
Okay.
Just because like I wasn't alone. He knew what he was talking about. He was very, very helpful. And I even discovered a couple of I tried a couple of new things while I was there that I might not have tried shopping online. So it was nice.
In your bucket list?
All right. So mine may be a little bit simpler, but a couple of things on my bucket list, even though it is a very long list. Go see a movie alone. That's one.
I've done that.
I've never done that before.
I recommend it.
I know it would be good. I guess I'm just trying to figure out what one I want to go see and when. Second,
don't overthink it, by the way, but go ahead.
Okay. See the Northern Lights.
I've not done that. I've seen them in pictures and videos.
I would love to see the Northern Lights.
You ever take a picture?
It's okay.
I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. I interrupt you all the time. Go ahead.
You ever try to take a picture of the moon with your phone?
And it doesn't do it justice?
Yeah.
And you're really disappointed?
Now, when we were taking pictures at the Grand Canyon, I felt like those pictures were amazing, but they still were not what you're seeing. So that's kind of the feeling that I get when I see...
You have to be there in order to really appreciate it.
Totally.
Yeah, I agree. Third, take an actual multi-day,
vitamin
motel. This episode is sponsored by Centrum. Road trip. And possibly even like a girls trip. Like that would be nice.
I was going to say I've done that, but not well, yeah, I've taken the girls trip. I was the dude though, so it wasn't technically a girls trip, whatever. Okay. Then the multi-day trip. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because I've never done it, and I've always wanted to, because usually if we go somewhere, we're flying. Blue wants to get there as soon as possible so that we can start enjoying ourselves as soon as possible. So the whole concept of being in a car for multiple hours, I think 9 is our limit because we went to South Padre. Yeah, he's just like, I'd rather fly. Plus, he loves to fly. Not knocking it. Love to fly too, but still.
I hate airports with a passion. So
why? Just all the people?
I also don't like flying. I don't like being packed into the seats, and I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but I think I'd rather deal with a couple of hours of being uncomfortable to get there earlier. Unpack, unwind, and just be there a lot sooner. But I still want to know. I want to have the adventure along the way.
Yeah, and it's worth it.
Yeah, and I've never had the adventure along the way.
Play the music guessing game while you go, and
see, maybe that's what it is. Maybe Blue's like, I don't want to fucking sit in a car with Rayburn for for multiple days because that's all I will want to do.
But you can also plan out like all the awesome food places along the way that you might be able to stop at. Like stopped in Santa Fe, I remember, and tried African food for the first time. It was fucking exquisite. Things like that. It's worth it. Do it. What's next?
Drive the Autobahn in Germany.
Death Wish?
No, but I would like to see the joy on Blue's face drive the Autobahn in Germany.
Okay.
Because I think that it would make him really happy, although I told him you can't act like a fucking dumbass. He probably wouldn't listen to me, but yeah, I would like to see him enjoy that. That's on my bucket list. So.
Did not see that coming. Okay. And number 5?
Number 5 is never going to happen, but I have always wanted to be in a musical production. Why
would that never happen? You're in your mid-30s. There are people who do this for the first time when they're like 60.
I know, but I don't know.
And it's theater, too. You could walk in off the streets and looking like a hobo, and they'd be like, welcome home!
Number 1, the likelihood of that happening is not great. Number 2, the whole acting thing has taken a very big back seat. Shane, it is hard. You know from a different perspective, it is hard being denied. And sometimes it does something to your self-esteem. Sometimes it's better to just take a break from it and step into the real world and be like, oh, that's probably not going to happen. But I would love for it to happen. Why not just
do your own thing then?
You want to be in my musical? Because you knew that was coming. Want to be in my musical?
Oh, God.
I can write one.
I was thinking the other night, because there's that meme I made. It's a still shot from Finian's Rainbow. It just says, meanwhile in Glockamora.
Yes.
I was like, if I were to pass away, that would hopefully be something that people remembered me by.
That meme?
Yeah.
You doing that?
Because that movie's so integral to my existence and all that. But I'd never anticipated that the other end of that spectrum, loving musicals and stuff like that to the degree that I do, would involve someone asking me to be in a fucking musical.
You want to be the Fred Astaire in my Finian's Rainbow musical?
Dude, I don't know. Depends on the kind of musical that it is.
We can talk about it. For a later date.
Coming in season 20 of Rated Radio.
The musical.
I think that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
No, we have a song called On the Whole, because we say that a lot.
Usher in the Weekend, 2 weeks.
See you then.